Have you ever finished a run with burning quads, tight calves, and barely any feeling in your glutes? Maybe you want to run faster, improve your running form, and build stronger glutes at the same time. If that sounds familiar, the answer may not be running more. It may be learning how to use your glutes more effectively while you run. Becoming a glute-dominant runner does not mean switching off your quads, hamstrings, or calves. Running is a full-body movement, and every muscle has a role. The goal is to improve your glute strength, hip extension, stability, and coordination so your glutes can contribute more effectively to each stride. And you can train all of these qualities. Let's start with strength. Your glutes are some of the strongest muscles in your body, but simply having strong glutes does not guarantee that you use them well when running. This is why strength training is so important. Exercises such as hip thrusts, Bulgarian split squats, Romanian deadlifts, step-ups, and reverse lunges can help build the strength your hips need. Hip thrusts are particularly useful because they directly train hip extension. Focus on controlled repetitions and avoid using your lower back to create the movement. Bulgarian split squats and step-ups are excellent for runners because running involves repeatedly supporting your body on one leg. Romanian deadlifts strengthen the glutes and hamstrings while teaching you to control movement through your hips. You do not need dozens of exercises. A few well-chosen movements performed consistently can be much more effective than constantly changing your workouts. 2 focused strength sessions per week can be enough to make a meaningful difference, especially when combined with regular running. But strength is only part of the equation. You also need to prepare your body before you run. A short warm-up can help get your hips and legs ready for movement. Try a few glute bridges, reverse lunges, and lateral band walks if you have a resistance band. The goal is not to make your glutes tired before running. You simply want to raise your body temperature, move your hips, and prepare your nervous system. Now let's talk about running form. One useful cue is to think about pushing the ground backward instead of reaching forward with your legs. Imagine that you are pushing the road behind you with every stride. This can help you become more aware of hip extension and propulsion. At the same time, avoid exaggerating the movement. You should not squeeze your glutes as hard as possible with every step or completely change your natural running style. Running should feel relaxed and coordinated. Pay attention to your foot placement as well. Excessively reaching your foot far in front of your body can create more braking and make your stride less efficient. Instead, allow your foot to land relatively close to your center of mass. You don't need to obsess over having a perfect foot strike. Simply avoid deliberately reaching too far forward. Your posture also matters. Think tall through your body. Keep your shoulders relaxed, and allow a slight forward inclination from the ankles when appropriate. Avoid bending dramatically from your waist. The goal is to create a connected position where your hips can contribute naturally. One of the best ways to challenge your glutes while actually running is hill training. Uphill running requires you to produce more force because you are working against gravity. This makes hills excellent for developing strength and power. You don't need to sprint up a huge hill. Start with several controlled efforts lasting around 20 to 30 seconds, followed by an easy recovery. Stay tall, remain relaxed, and focus on driving yourself forward. Over time, hill running can help you become more comfortable producing force while maintaining good running mechanics. Another useful tool is the running stride. After an easy run, try 4 to 6 short periods of faster running lasting around 15 to 20 seconds. These are not maximum effort sprints. They should feel fast but controlled. Take plenty of recovery between each one. Strides allow you to practice producing force quickly while staying relaxed and coordinated. Your core and pelvis also play an important role. Your glutes need a stable foundation from which to produce force. If your pelvis moves excessively or your trunk becomes unstable when you get tired, your body may compensate by relying more heavily on other muscles. Basic exercises such as planks, side planks, dead bugs, and single leg movements can help improve overall control. Single leg stability is particularly important for runners. When performing a single leg exercise, notice whether your knee collapses inward or your hip drops. Improving your control around the hips can help you become more stable when running, and this becomes especially important when you are tired. You might have excellent form during the first few minutes of a run, but fatigue can make it harder to maintain your posture and coordination. Your glutes therefore need endurance as well as strength. They need to contribute repeatedly, stride after stride. This is why you should avoid destroying your legs with massive workouts. Two focused strength sessions can be more useful than one enormous workout that leaves you exhausted for several days. Your running and strength training need to work together, not compete with each other. Recovery matters too. Your muscles adapt between workouts, so sleep, nutrition, hydration, and rest are all part of the process. If you are running regularly and trying to build stronger glutes, you need enough energy to support both. Protein supports muscle repair, while carbohydrates help fuel running and higher intensity training. If your goal is to build bigger glutes, remember that running alone is not necessarily the most efficient way to maximize muscle growth. Running can train the glutes, especially during hills and faster efforts, but resistance training gives you much more control over progressive overload. Combining running with strength training can therefore be an excellent strategy. Imagine putting everything together. Before an easy run, you spend a few minutes warming up your hips and legs. You start slowly and allow your body to settle into a rhythm. During the run, you stay relaxed, keep your posture tall, avoid reaching too far forward, and think about gently pushing the ground behind you. Later in the week, you perform a short hill session. On another day, you train your glutes with hip thrusts, Bulgarian split squats, Romanian deadlifts, and step-ups. You gradually become stronger without constantly pushing yourself to exhaustion. Over time, you may notice that hills feel easier, your stride feels more powerful, and your single-leg stability improves. Your running may also begin to feel smoother and more efficient. But remember, being glute-dominant does not mean making your glutes do everything. Your quads, hamstrings, calves, feet, ankles, and core all contribute to running. The goal is not to eliminate the contribution of other muscles. The goal is to create better balance so your body can share the workload effectively. Also, don't use soreness as your measurement of success. Your glutes do not have to be sore after every run or workout for your training to work. Instead, look for better performance. Can you run uphill with more control? Can you maintain your form longer? Can you perform stronger single-leg exercises? Can you run at the same pace while feeling more relaxed? If you currently feel your quads and calves doing most of the work, don't completely rebuild your running technique overnight. Start with small changes. Add strength training, warm up before running, practice relaxed mechanics, introduce hills gradually, and add short strides. Then give your body time to adapt. And if you experience persistent pain in your knees, hips, Achilles, or lower back, don't assume that activating your glutes will automatically fix it. Running pain can have many causes, so persistent or worsening pain should be assessed by a qualified professional. The biggest lesson is simple. You do not become a glute-dominant runner by thinking about your glutes harder. You become one by building the strength, coordination, and endurance that allow them to contribute naturally. Strength training gives you the capacity. Running teaches you how to use it. Hills challenge that strength. Strides help you practice producing force quickly. Core and single-leg exercises improve stability. Recovery allows your body to adapt. So the next time you lace up your running shoes, don't just think about running farther. Think about running better. Warm up your body. Keep your stride relaxed. Avoid reaching too far forward. Think about pushing the ground behind you. Train your glutes progressively and use hills strategically. Your goal isn't to turn every run into a glute workout. Your goal is to build a body that can run efficiently while making better use of one of its strongest muscle groups. Thank you for joining us here at the Healthy Pantry. We hope you found the information valuable and inspiring. Remember, your health is a journey, and we are here to guide you every step of the way. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.